Nelson Mandela's story is one of courage, sacrifice, and unshakable belief in justice. Born in 1918 in a small village in South Africa, Mandela grew up under the shadow of colonial rule in a society divided by race. From an early age, he witnessed the deep injustices faced by his people under the system of apartheid, policy of racial segregation that gave privileges to the white minority while denying basic rights to the black majority. These experiences planted in him the seeds of resistance and the determination to fight for freedom. As a young man, Mandela pursued law and became one of the first black lawyers in Johannesburg. But his true path lay in activism. He joined the African National Congress, a political movement working to end apartheid, and soon emerged as a powerful leader. Alongside other activists, he organized protests, strikes, and campaigns of defiance against unjust laws. Mandela's belief was clear. Freedom would not come by waiting. It had to be demanded. His voice became the rallying cry for millions of oppressed South Africans. But the road to justice was not without sacrifice. In 1962, Mandela was arrested and later sentenced to life in prison for his resistance against the government. He would spend 27 long years behind bars. Robben Island, where he was held, became both his prison and his school. Despite harsh conditions, Mandela remained unbroken. He read, studied, and inspired his fellow prisoners. He once said, "I never lose. I either win or learn." That spirit of resilience kept hope alive, not only for himself, but for an entire nation. Outside the prison walls, the world began to take notice. International campaigns for Mandela's release spread across continents. People marched, governments pressured, and global voices united against apartheid. Inside South Africa, unrest grew stronger. The oppressed majority demanded change, and Mandela's name became a symbol of freedom. To his people, he was not just a prisoner, he was the father of their struggle. Finally, in 1990, after nearly 3 decades in prison, Nelson Mandela walked free. His release was broadcast worldwide, and millions celebrated the moment. Yet freedom brought new challenges. South Africa was still divided, and violence threatened to tear the nation apart. But Mandela's vision was clear: reconciliation, not revenge. He worked tirelessly to bring peace between black and white South Africans, believing that only forgiveness and unity could heal the wounds of apartheid. In 1994, history was made. Nelson Mandela became South Africa's first black president through the country's first democratic election. His presidency symbolized not only victory for his people, but also a triumph for humanity. Mandela focused on rebuilding a fractured nation, launching programs to reduce poverty, expand education, and promote equality. Perhaps his greatest legacy was the idea that enemies could become partners in building a better future. Mandela's life was a journey from a village boy to a prisoner, and from a prisoner to a president. He was not perfect, he admitted his flaws, but his commitment to justice and humanity made him a global icon. Even after stepping down from the presidency, Mandela continued to advocate for peace, education, and the fight against HIV/AIDS until his final years. On December 5, 2013, the world bid farewell to Nelson Mandela, yet his spirit lives on. His story reminds us that true leadership is not about power, but about service. True courage is not the absence of fear, but the ability to overcome it for the sake of others. And true freedom is not only breaking chains, but ensuring no one else remains in them. Nelson Mandela's legacy is eternal. He taught the world that forgiveness is stronger than hatred, and that unity can triumph over division. His journey is not just South Africa's story, it is humanity's story. It's a story of hope, struggle, and the unbreakable will to create a better world.